Hi, Andrea. What's your name?
Andrea Kogi. That's my complete
Um,
name.
how old are you?
38.
Where are you from?
I'm from Milan, Italy.
Um, and why do you live in Mexico?
Oh, it's a long story. I worked here 10 years ago. Then I moved back to Italy, and my daughter's mother decided that she wanted to live in her country. I had a job opportunity here. I remember I enjoyed my times, the time I spent here 10 years ago. So I accepted, and we all live here in Mexico now. I'm really happy to work in the Tech of Monterrey and to live quite not far from where my daughter lives.
What did you study?
I studied foreign languages, English teaching and literature, and then a second diploma in teaching Spanish as a foreign language, and an additional diploma as teaching Italian as a foreign language.
What do you love about this country?
Well, the weather, first place. I love the weather. It's never too cold and never too hot. I love the way people treat each other. They are very careful. They treat themselves very carefully each other. Good relationship. It's more open-minded than some people in Europe think. Um, and to say some things. Food is not bad, lifestyle is not bad if you have a good job, and teaching in some places like this is good.
And what do you love about your country?
Wow, I love about my country the thing that even if it's strange in many aspects, I know the way interact each other. I can understand what happens in an Italian's mind, even if everybody else is surprised by that. Hello, Andrea.
I'm gonna take some pictures.
It's not
What
me.
were your childhood?
How was my childhood?
Yes.
Well, I must confess, not so happy. I was a naughty boy. I never happy about what I had, even if I met wonderful people, friends, adults. I learned so many things, but I was not a happy child. I had a lot of fantasy, and I loved to escape in my fantasy, but I didn't appreciate what I had day after day. Now I changed quite a bit.
What is your custom that you really appreciate in your life?
My custom, well, I maintained good habits about food. I cook myself Italian food. I try to eat the best I can, a lot of fruit, to drink a lot, and when a good Mexican recipe is good, I don't refuse that. But I keep a good balance for my body. My body asks me some kind of recipes, and I cook them, especially Italian or international ones. I don't eat exactly Mexican. Just 10 or 50% of what I eat can be considered Mexican eating.
So you don't miss your food?
I don't miss it so much. I miss some ingredients, but I don't miss Italian food, generally speaking.
Well, the thing is that Karimi told me that she had the opportunity to taste some of your food. So I'm curious. She told me that you have kind of a magic touch when you cook. So explain me, or can you more tell me what is the greatest thing you like about cooking, or for example about your recipes?
Okay, the first thing is that I have an Italian taste, so sometimes I don't really cook. I buy prepared sauce or something like that, and I know how to mix it or how to change it from the canned, from the closed bottle, jar taste to a more living taste. So, for example, I know how to buy a flask of pesto and to change it with just a little bit of olive oil or basil leaves and to transform them into something real, into something less industrialized. Okay, some other times I know how to cook a complete Italian recipe. Probably the advantage I have compared to a Mexican is that I know the right taste of something. So I can give you the recipe for one of my favorite cooking and eating recipes, that is aubergines alla parmigiana, okay, Parmesan aubergines. But the thing is that I can give you the recipe, but if you cook it with the right ingredients or with the substitute ingredients, as I sometimes have to do, you don't know what the final taste you have to get to. On the other side, if I try it, I know what the real taste it must have at the end, and I can correct it, put more of this ingredient or more salt to cover mistakes or something like that. Okay, this is the first advantage is that I tried in my life good Italian cuisine in restaurants, but also homemade, and also bad ones. My mother is not a great cook, okay? So I know that some recipes, I tried the bad example of them.
So it's more about the feeling about the food. So it's not so, I don't know, to attach to a single recipe. So it's about the experience you get.
Yes, also, but not to get to be attached. You're right, but it's obvious. The second, third, or fourth time you cook something, you're more sure about the balance you can give it, the better taste you can give it to. Okay, and the first time I could cook good aubergines, Parmesan aubergines, I could have cooked them only with the right ingredients. The last Sunday I could cook them. I cooked them very, very well, even if I didn't have neither mozzarella nor Parmesan cheese, with Mexican cheese. But I understood the portions, the way to cover the differences between the taste, so I could do that.
The thing I just got hungry. So.
What did you think about the Italian food in Mexico?
You can find three different levels. You can find good ingredients, example, aubergines or tomatoes. Tomatoes in Mexico are wonderful, are better than tomatoes, Italian tomatoes. So if you want to cook something Italian that needs tomatoes, you know that in Mexico you will have it better than the original. And then you can have...
Andrea Coggi is an Italian man who was born in Milano in 1975. He studied modern language in the University of Milan. He has worked as professor for some years. The first time he was in Mexico was 10 years ago. However, he was a few times. He came back to Italy where he got married 8 years old. He is Anina's father, whom is a little child of 3 years old. Nowadays, he is divorced. He came back to Mexico in 2011, but this time was to stay. He works at ITESM Campus Puebla. He teaches English and Italian language. Although his job is in Puebla, he lives in Tlaxcala. Every day he drives to get to his destination and never can miss the good music. He is a happy person. His open mind is a particular characteristic of the reason why his ideas are very liberal. He is the most relaxing person I know, and he always looked very young. When he lived in Italy, he was a member of a music band. He really loves music, and his hobby is to play bass. His beliefs about gastronomy are very interesting. He has changed my opinion about the cuisine. It's the reason why we choose Andrea. He thinks Italian food is the best in the world, but also his opinion about Mexican food isn't bad. He said that the Mexican food is very interesting, the flavors are tasty, and sometimes the Mexican ingredients are better than Italian. However, he does not like that people put chili in every dish. His Mexican favorite dish is tinga, and his favorite dish on the world is pasta. He could eat pasta 5 times per week. only changing the sauce. He loves cooking and he always shares his dishes with other people. He has a strong belief that the best ingredient in the cuisine is the feeling you put into it, always choosing the best and the most natural ingredients.
The conclusion is that we learned all about Andrea and his life in Italy and his life in Mexico. We saw that it's difficult, the changes, it's difficult living in two places. We learned his life when he get married and then he divorced. Um, we learn all the things that she loves of Mexico, like the food, the gastronomy, and what things he don't like the chili that they put in all that we put in all of the things. He told us that the favorite dish is the pasta because it's delicious and he could eat all the week. Uh, Also, we saw that it's difficult to adapt to a new city, a new style of life, and the best thing that we have that I have of this talk is that we have to share the moments, the good moments with the people that we are, with the people that we are, and having fun. That's all.
Here we had with Andrea, we learned some different things. For example, the fact that it's difficult to be foreign. In this case, he came from Italy. Um, it's for example the things that we talk about the gastronomy, the food and everything. So it's really different. For example, the ingredients he talked about that to find, for example, the parmesan, mozzarella, and to try different things like the with the Oaxaca 1 day old, it tastes similar to mozzarella. It's actually well, I didn't think so that you could do something like that, and really you can thought that it's different. Well, it kind of changed everything how you see things, but because you only eat what you found, but you don't have to experience, for example, flavors that you miss from your current from from your country of origin. So it's actually different. It's nice to see that he's happy with the meal, with the food, and also with the people. So actually, it's pretty satisfying to have to have that interview and to chat with him somewhere.
How my interaction with Andrea has affected my ideas about other people. Well, talking with a different person of a different country like Andrea is very interesting because he shares his culture with us and we can learn different things like food and cooking. He has changed the mind of many people, especially here at Tech with the students. For example, when he can, he brings some food made by him and everybody eats pasta. Then they taste a very different flavor, and it changed our way of thinking because even we have eaten pasta before, either Italian pasta or pre-cooked pasta, the flavor is not the same. And with all those things, we think if others wouldn't meet foreign people, they wouldn't know that there are so many differences between what we have already known about Italy and what we know now.